Hello YouTube. It's been a while since I've made my last video, and I've been trying to think about what my next video should be about, and I came to the decision that since we're talking about Kung Fu, that I should probably discuss a little bit about animal styles. So a lot of people have this misconception that animal styles is, this is just how animals move and fight in the wild, so that's exactly how we move. Like, it's not entirely true. I mean, the movements that we do in Kung Fu are based on animal movements, but they're not like direct replicas because, there's a difference in skeletal structure, muscular structure when it comes between humans and animals, especially humans and avian creatures. So, we can't move exactly identical to them. So we have an alternative, movement that we utilize for fighting. So mostly what animal styles come down to is the mentality of the animal style. It's the principles. So every animal system has its own principles on how it's utilized. And by learning those principles and, using them, you're able to better develop your martial arts style. That's how you end up with like tiger specialists and crane specialists and all the other dozens of animals. But instead of going into that detail right now, I wanted to actually discuss something different. So in Shaolin Do, one of the most basic things that you learn is crane and tiger. And that's that yellow belt. You learn that really early on. So I wanted to talk about how to create a tiger claw hand. Okay? So normally when you fight, you're going to fight like this. You're going to have your fists, and this is not a replacement for fists. This is just an alternative in case fists aren't doing the work you want them to do. So you can utilize a different system of how to use your hand in order to get around something and then immediately go back to using your fist. Okay? So I'm going to talk about how to form a tiger claw, and then I'm going to talk about how it works. Okay? So, tiger claw, you're going to want to have your hand like this. And I know this looks a little weird, right? So you want your wrist straight along the back of your hand. You want your fingers pulled back, right? So you don't want them to be in the way. You don't want them to be in the line of your palm. And yeah, this is similar to a palm strike, except you're not hitting with the wrist. You're hitting with this. By pulling the fingers back, you take a soft surface and turn it to a hard surface, see? And that's what that sounds like, because you're literally hitting with the inside of your knuckles. Okay? And the reason for the fingers is not only to get them out of the way because you need to make that solid, it's also so that way when you strike, you can hook, pull, and then go back into punching people, because that's apparently what most martial arts is about, is punching and kicking. No, I'm joking. Anyway, so to practice tiger claw, practice forming a tiger claw, you're going to want to take a wall, put your hand against it, and pull your fingers back. Don't let any of your fingers touch the wall. Okay? This is going to be hard at first. This is actually going to hurt. But you want to curl your fingers more and more without touching the wall. The reason you don't want your fingers touching the wall is because when you strike, you don't want your fingers hitting the wall, because that can cause damage to the fingertips, and you don't want that. I know microfractures is a thing, but just in case, you don't want to actually damage your fingertips, because that could end up being bad in the long run. Anyway, so give that a shot, practice your tiger claws, and we'll see where we are next time.